Rebranding is one thing. But rebranding so hard you wipe out your entire career? That's a whole different story. And JoJo Siwa? She's doing it in real time, right in front of the camera. JoJo Siwa went from rainbow icon to raunchy ragebait, trading in her Nickelodeon sweetheart image for chaotic energy that feels like it crawled out of a Hot Topic clearance bin. And somehow, this full-blown identity crisis is being delivered with a generous helping of auto-tune shrieking and millions of dislikes. So, what went wrong? How did Hollywood take a money-making child star and crash her career into the neon pavement? Let me know if you'd like it dialed up more dramatically or made more sarcastic. Buckle up, because this might be one of the strangest rebrands we've ever seen. And truthfully, JoJo Siwa isn't the only one at fault. So let's break down how Hollywood wrecked JoJo Siwa, and how JoJo kind of joined in. Before she was going viral for all the wrong reasons, she was the blueprint for a child star born on TV, raised by Nickelodeon, and practically fueled by glitter. JoJo wasn't just a personality, she was a product. Her bows flew off Target shelves like they were limited edition Jordans. Her face was everywhere, lunchboxes, backpacks, even bedding. And somehow, she carried the energy of a Red Bull can on legs. But as she got older, the cracks in that kid-friendly image started to show. Because when you grow up in a spotlight that's artificial, your identity ends up owned by adults in suits. So when JoJo finally tried to grow up and show her real self, surprise, no one knew who that was. Too old to be a kid idol, too rainbow-wrapped in bubblegum pop to be taken seriously as an artist. And that's where the panic button got slammed, leading to an overcorrection of personalities, outfits, auto-tune, and boom, we got a chaotic rebrand absolutely nobody asked for. Which brings us to the song Karma. Or maybe more accurately, JoJo's full-blown villain arc. Because this was supposed to be her serious pop star moment. But instead of a comeback, it felt more like a cry for help. She ditched the ponytails, tossed the glitter, and went full edgy with Karma. But the internet? Yeah, they weren't having it. Or maybe they were, they just hated it. And your number one, first place overall, goes to Karma by JoJo Siwa, with 3.1 million dislikes. Yeah, that's real. Scroll through the TikTok comments section and you'd think she committed an actual war crime. Top comments are pulling in hundreds of thousands of likes and they're all just roasting her. But brutally. We're talking another win for the death levels of savage. The backlash is so strong, the hate comments are getting more likes than the video itself. And the song? Let's just say, it makes Rebecca Black's Friday sound like a Grammy-winning classic. But to be fair, JoJo knows how the game works. Hate equals engagement. And engagement equals streams. Whether the world likes it or not, they are entertained by me, for sure. You know what I mean? And that could be a good entertainer, or a bad entertain. That's her actual quote. She even responded to a viral parody with, "Since you're singing it anyway, might as well stream it tonight." That's not just a clap back, that's strategy. And honestly, in the TikTok era, it kind of works. But here's the thing, this strategy? It's eating her alive. Because at this point, it's not just about the memes. It's her entire identity that's become the punchline. People aren't seeing her as an artist experimenting with a new sound. They're treating her like a walking meme generator who doesn't know when to log off. And the sad truth? She probably didn't even create this version of herself. Hollywood likely did. Let's be real, they weren't grooming her to be authentic. They trained her to be marketable. And now, she's trapped in a character the internet loves to mock, while the industry has no idea what to do with her. And just when it felt like this whole thing couldn't get any weirder, boom, she announced a tour. Yep. JoJo's taking this glitter-soaked chaos on the road. And not just across the US, we're talking Europe too. Which is bold, considering the last time she toured overseas, it was basically a PR disaster. The backlash? Absolutely savage. Under her tour announcement, fans weren't just uninterested, they were begging her not to show up. One comment said, "Thank you for skipping Norway." Another, "Who's the target audience? Hostages." Yeah, brutal. But also, kind of a valid question. Who is this tour even for? Her original fan base? They've grown up and most are watching from a distance, second-hand cringing. Kids? They don't connect with her new, chaotic persona. And adults? They're just here for the memes, not the music. At this point, it's hard to tell if this is a concert or a live-action crash course in what happens when your brand evolves without you. But let's not put it all on JoJo. Because honestly, this mess isn't just hers to carry. This is what happens when a child star is built by a system that only thinks short-term. Nickelodeon made her a household name. Social media turned every second of her life into content. And behind the scenes, a team was crafting her every move, every bow, every quote, every selfie. But when it came time for her to grow up, silence. No plan, no transition, no guidance. Just a hard pivot into chaos and a whole lot of bleach. And JoJo's not the first. We've seen this before: Miley Cyrus, Britney Spears, Amanda Bynes. Hollywood knows how to create child stars, but it's terrible at helping them become adults. So now, JoJo is stuck in a full-blown identity crisis, throwing everything at the wall. Raunchy singles, fake biopic auditions, TikToks engineered for outrage. Just praying something finally lands. But the worst part of this rebrand isn't how cringe it is, it's the desperation. She doesn't seem confident in who she's becoming. It feels forced, overproduced. Like someone in a boardroom told her, "Be edgy, but don't forget to sell bows." And the result? A Frankenstein version of a pop star who doesn't know if she's supposed to be rebellious, relatable, or just a rainbow glitter fever dream. And here's the thing: the internet always knows when someone's being fake. That's why she's getting clowned. Not just because she's changing, but because it feels like she's changing for attention, not for growth. And after building an entire brand on being loud, proud, and authentically queer, JoJo Siwa hit the internet with the biggest plot twist of 2025. She's not actually a lesbian. Yeah, turns out, that part was performative. JoJo now says she's into men and only claimed the lesbian label because she felt pressured by the LGBTQ+ community. She admitted it never truly fit her, but she leaned into it because it felt expected. And now, she's in her trad era, doing a complete 180 from the image she once proudly embraced. Which is confusing. Because not long ago, she seemed so sure of who she was. Now, every headline feels like it was A/B tested to stir maximum backlash. And the fact that her team is clearly letting this happen, or worse, encouraging it? That's where things go from chaotic to straight up harmful. But here's the big question: can JoJo come back from this? Can she actually rediscover herself outside the glitter and viral stunts? The answer? Maybe. Because one thing JoJo's always had is resilience. She's been roasted, mocked, and memed into oblivion before, and somehow, she moonwalked through the flames like it was choreographed. And let's be real, the internet loves a good redemption arc. So if she took a step back, really figured out who she wants to be on her own terms, dropped a solid track with no gimmicks, and stopped chasing controversy like it's a content strategy, people would root for her. But right now, she's stuck in a loop, trying to prove she's no longer a kid by becoming everything but herself. And watching that unfold in real time? Honestly, it's just sad. Because JoJo Siwa didn't spiral because she fell off. She's spiraling because the system built her identity like a toy: shiny, loud, mass-produced, and disposable. And now that the glitter's worn off, she's scrambling to stay relevant in an industry that never taught her how to just be real. These chaotic rebrands? They're not just bad PR moves. They're symptoms of being overmarketed, overmanaged, and undersupported. Almost like JoJo was never supposed to grow up. She was supposed to stay frozen in time, 14 years old, in a sparkly jacket and a giant bow. But the second she stopped fitting that mold, the machine bailed. So when people ask, what happened to JoJo Siwa? The answer's simple: Hollywood happened. And yeah, JoJo helped too. See you in the next one. Peace.